We are back. A few things to discuss before we wrap up today's show. Heading to the NBA, Russell Westbrook, knee surgery. Had knee surgery recently. He's going to miss the entire preseason, and there's a slight possibility that he can miss the first few weeks of the regular season. This is the fourth time Russell Westbrook has had surgery on his knee. He's one of the most explosive players we've ever seen in NBA history. Should we be concerned with this?
Do they have any chance of winning a title?
No.
And he's had knee surgery how many times?
4.
This will be his 4th? How many times Derrick Rose had one before he was completely done?
1.
Right, so we've seen this dude come back 3 different times already. Look, Russell Wilson is one of the most stubborn individuals you'll ever meet. You know that. You know what you get from a stubborn dude? Someone who doesn't give a shit about what somebody else thinks, and someone who's going to do what they want to do on an NBA court or whatever they do in life. And that's what this surgery ain't going to hold him back. Ain't going to hold him back.
I concur. Because, I mean, you know, we all see this. You know, Russell Westbrook plays 100 miles an hour. When he comes back, he ain't missing game 1, so people can go ahead and wrap that up.
It's the Warriors.
It's the Warriors, exactly. NBA, like we say,
he ain't missing that.
He's not missing that. He won't come in, he'll try to drop 50, so he'll come back and dunk and everything, and he ain't going to miss a beat. Easy.
He's gonna come back and be the same person. It's a minor surgery. It's just a
little cleanup.
You know, it's a little cleanup. Because
all the
stiffness. Yeah, he's missed the preseason.
He's got Dennis Schroeder out there helping him.
Oh God.
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder. All right, that's Reggie Jackson 2.0.
I like Schroeder.
Listen, Schroeder's cool. Schroeder's low key a clone of Westbrook.
I like Schroeder.
He's arrogant. He thinks he's better than he really is. And he thinks he's the biggest
German
star.
chocolate is the man.
Listen, that's cool. That's why he's gone. So,
and that's why that's not his team.
That's not his team. He's the 3rd or 4th option on that team. But Westbrook, he'll be fine. He's gonna come back against the Warriors just to stick it to KD. I don't care how many times they say they're cool, they're friends. Russell Westbrook, just like Bill Belichick, is one of the pettiest individuals in sports.
He definitely is.
You know, because you covered the Hawks like I did. How many times we watched Dennis Schroeder put LeBron on his ass last year in that first game? It was 4 times when I stopped counting. The same thing as Steph Curry. When Dennis Schroeder wants to play basketball, there's not a single dude in the NBA
Dennis Schroeder's
in front
bad.
of him.
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder's
When's
bad.
the last time he wanted to just play basketball?
But now he's in a situation where he's got dudes that can actually run with him. He doesn't have a Plumlee holding him up. He doesn't have somebody that can't catch. He's with a bunch of dudes that get out and run.
Most improved player this year.
I think I absolutely agree with you on that one. We will see. You compare that Oklahoma City team to this Hawks team, and it's night and day. It's night and day.
I mean, wasn't he here for when Horford and Millsap was?
But he was a younger one, and he still was kind of on the leash. They wanted Jeff Teague to run the team.
Correct.
Versus if Schroeder would have ran that team, they still would have lost to Cleveland. But they would have won 2 games. They would have won 2. They would not have been swept.
No,
they would not have been swept.
Schroeder has a dog.
They would have won 2 games. He's a hell of a player. He's one thing that I can say I've seen about Schroeder in the past few years. I've seen him grow each season.
Yep.
And he is extremely cocky. But, I mean, hey, he's been playing for his national team since he's about 13 years old.
Yeah. Is he going to be able to check that, though? Because you aren't just going to go on a
Russ I don't think Russell Westbrook is going to require him to check it, though. I think he's going to allow him to be who he is. Because, like you mentioned, he's coming into a team where you know you're not Russ, you're not Paul. But after those 2 cats, it's me and you. And Russell Westbrook is a cat who we have seen. We don't see too much injury over his career. But he missed a game or 2. Now you're running the show. Me personally, I personally think Schroeder should be a starter, and they should give him the keys and let Russell Westbrook be the 2. That's what
They haven't had a 2 since what? James Harden.
Westbrook is a 2.
He is a 2. He is a 2.
He's a 2.
What Russell Westbrook is a converted point guard. You know what I mean? And
a lot of dudes are converted point guard. They ain't no point guard no more. It's whoever bring the ball up.
Right.
You still have a few point guards.
The only point guards left are what? Ricky Rubio and Chris Paul.
That's it.
I would give Steph that title. I think Steph's a point guard when he
Steph's
needs to
shooter.
be. When he needs to be.
Steph averages what, 4 or 5 assists a game?
Never been a point guard.
I think
Ben
Simmons is a point guard.
Steph is a converted point guard.
Steph is a real short 2 shooter.
Steph was a 2.
I think Ben Simmons is a point guard. Kyrie Irving is definitely a point guard. You got a few that's.
See, what's different nowadays is scoring point guard and a point guard.
Yes.
So nowadays it's
But see, I think a point guard. I think over time we've been accustomed to point guards being cats who just dish the ball. But I think a point guard is like the quarterback of the team. And sometimes you need the quarterback to pass the ball. Sometimes you need the quarterback to run the ball. So if I need you to score, you need to be able to score to open the floor to be able to pass the ball and dish it out and do X, Y, and Z. When you have those one-dimensional cats, in my opinion, who can only pass, that's detrimental to a team because we know. You can't run the floor. Like Rondo had to improve his offensive game because but it's got better over time. It's not
30%.
It's gotten better. It's not what it needs to be, but it's gotten better.
So it's playoff P, but we saw how that works.
That's can't compare those two. Playoff P and playoff Rondo, two different things.
Speaking on Ben Simmons, I think this will be a big year for the 76ers and Ben Simmons. This will be his sophomore season with the Sixers, and now he's a little bit more accustomed.
Sophomore.
Yeah, it'll be a little more accustomed to what's going on. But his mentor, LeBron James, of course, is now. Rookie of the year, go Ben, go. You know what I'm saying? His mentor, LeBron James, is now a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, as we all know, and he's doing a lot of things in Hollywood. LeBron will be starting a new sitcom that'll be based on Ben Simmons' life. It'll be a comedy. And it'll be entitled Brotherly Love. It'll be about him and his siblings. It'll be loosely, like I said, around Ben Simmons.
It's gonna be
is LeBron doing too much in Hollywood right now, or is this something great that we see? As we see that an athlete that's doing things in film and entertainment as well.
You can take that first.
Look, I love what LeBron did with Stars with the what do you call it, TV show?
Remorse.
Yeah, Survivor's Remorse. I thought that was fantastic. When they dropped it, it pissed me off.
I was mad.
I was mad. I didn't even realize watching it. It was the series finale because there was like episode 4 of season 3, and it was done. I was livid. That was really good. Does anybody really want to watch something on Ben Simmons?
I don't, and that's why I asked.
Is it gonna end with a porn with a Kardashian? I just don't. I'm not that interested enough in Ben Simmons. Like, of all the dudes in the NBA I would make a show around, Ben Simmons is like number 140.
And I'm wondering, are they going to kind of try to make it today's Fresh Prince? Ben Simmons calls himself the Fresh Prince. He's in Philly.
Well, where did he come from?
Australia.
I mean, it might be an interesting story.
Over there.
Yeah.
I just read, what's his teammate? The big one.
Joel Embiid.
I'd rather
that's
on him.
He's a big personality.
Yes.
His story was ill on how he said he got to the NBA was crazy off of just some regular random because he's big and he really focused on doing it. The way he told the story was hilarious.
Well, both Ben Simmons' parents was athletes, so he was kind of bred into it.
And if Lou was tall and he just focused and made jokes and now he's in the NBA, he couldn't believe it. And it's like, yo, it might be interesting.
I think my thing is, what do we know about Ben Simmons' personality?
Season 5 sucked at LSU. Like that's.
Went to college for a year just because I had to.
Right.
Right. I just know his other stat line outside the court is very promising right now. His stat line outside the court, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a few notable women so far in his
stat line is great off the court.
Hey, he's got an accent and a lot of money. I mean, what you want him to do?
He's 6'10", so.
And he's in shape.
Yeah.
I mean, you put those three things together, he's going to have a lot of interesting.
Hey, and I mean, you can get a Kardashian.
None of them from Philly, though. What's up with that? There's a reason for it, huh?
Yeah. Eve.
Get it together.
I mean, he alright up there. I wasn't a fan of him with the Kardashian. I think he should have stuck with the Gonzalez.
That's why he got rid of that too. Thank God.
I'm picking when Gonzalez twinned over.
I'm not a fan.
98% of the women.
Only Kardashian I like is Kim. Everyone else to me.
I like none of them.
I give Kim the benefit of the doubt.
He was still doing that.
Yeah, but that's like a hot dog down the hallway.
It's like Kim was having sex with her boyfriend. Something that all of our women do.
Yeah,
they filmed it. Some women is into that. Her mom released it.
Her mom's the greatest pimp in the world.
Like cats don't even realize her mom released her video. Like,
her mom's the greatest.
Her mom is the greatest pimp. I know women be mad though, like, oh, she's a whore. Chick, I done seen worse videos of you with some random cat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she hasn't had a one night stand that we know about.
That's why, like,
and that's fine.
Some of the other ones is like,
next chick that says that, I'd be like, let me see your phone. Straight up. Let me see your phone. I guarantee
Let
I'll
me see
find
your
something.
private Instagram, not the one you let everybody else.
Right.
The premium snaps. There you go. Premium snaps. There you go. That's fine.
Right.
Matter of fact, hold on. Where your dude phone at? Let me see that.
Sticking to the NBA, we know that the NBA season is right around the corner. Training camp will start in almost 9 days across the NBA. There are a few veterans that are still out there on the block, and one of those cats is Seattle's own Jamal Crawford. We've seen him scoring machine for years and years and years. He's interested in 3 teams:
Lakers,
the Lakers,
the Warriors,
the Warriors, and the Sixers. I'm going to ask each of you gentlemen, where do you see his best fit? I'll start with you, Jeff.
In the Hall of Fame.
You think he should give it up?
Oh.
He definitely goes to the Hall.
Absolutely.
Look, if he's going to play one more year, I think he should retire at this point. Not because he can't play, because he's still better than like 80% of the dudes taking NBA minutes right now. But for me, if this is your last hurrah, the
Don't
best
chip
fit,
chase and go to the Warriors?
man, go to Lakers, man. Go have some fun with the best player on the planet for a year. I don't know where he would fit in with the Warriors.
They bench ain't
He would kind of be like Nick Young, because Nick Young, they didn't resign Nick.
Yeah, but Nick Young wasn't even their
Nick was a
6th man
shooter,
though, and Jamal's used to be in that 6th dude, and so he would be the 7th, 8th guy off the bench for them.
He better than Quinn Cook. Better than Quinn Cook.
Yeah,
He's not a facilitator though.
But he go back home and play Golden State.
But him and Boogie, just say if your second unit is now Jamal Crawford and DeMarcus Cousins, that's a hell of a second unit right there.
question.
I mean, it's not that like they need it. I mean, if I was him, it depends on what he wants to do. Do you want to go get a ring? Then yeah, go ahead and ride the coattails and go to Golden State. But if you just want to hoop for another year, when you asked this question, I had my answer in my head and I was gonna say LA Fitness. But if you just want to hoop for another year, go to New York or something. Like go where it started.
I think he should go to the Sixers. But all we talked about. But I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan. I've never been a Sixer fan. I just give them love because that's the hometown team. But I'm a Laker fan.
We had this whole conversation about
that's who I grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess it's midnight, so we don't have time for that conversation.
it's simple. Like the uncle that raised me was a Laker fan. Like didn't do it. Like I've gotten the fights about the Sixers and Lakers. Like when we go to Philly, Nick Cats know like, oh yeah, he's a Laker fan. Like he's the one guy here in Philly that likes the Lakers and whatnot. But over the years, like no, I mean, I didn't like any Philly teams coming up. I was a Packer fan. Only team I liked was the Phillies. That's the only team since 1990 that I've been rocking with in Philadelphia was the Phillies. The only team. I didn't like the Eagles until Michael Vick came. I hated Donovan McNabb. You know what I'm saying? Hated Donovan McNabb. But anyway, I think the Sixers need a scorer. We talk about Ben Simmons and his greatness. He's still developing a shot. Joel Embiid, he's pretty much inside the block, although he has a good jump shot that's continuing to grow. JJ Redick, he's cool, but I would any day of the week I'll take Jamal Crawford over JJ Redick. Like I said, I can understand the playing with LeBron and having some fun, but let those young cats develop. He can still play a pivotal role, I believe, with the Sixers. The Warriors, I think he should go to if he wants to win a championship. If he wants to win a championship, the way they play that freestyle of basketball, they can find a role for him. But I think if he still wants to have a pivotal role, I think he should go to the Sixers.
I think he should go. The Sixers,
out of those three teams, the Sixers.
The Sixers would be the best spot because they need them because they lost Bellinelli and Ilyasova. Yeah. So
they need a shooter.
You need a scorer besides the shooter. You need a scorer. But
he also shot 41% last year.
I mean, Jamal's never been the greatest greatest field goal percentage taker. But
so, do you want a volume of almost 40-year-old volume shooter?
Yep.
I'll take because it's Jamal Crawford.
And then you said it over JJ Redick?
Yep.
On the bench.
JJ one-dimensional. Jamal can still get to the basket at least. We know JJ's pulling up from 3 or right inside the 3-point line. We know what he's doing.
But that's the only thing you need. You missing. In Philly, you got
but
three cats
the second unit, they'll need a scorer or something because we don't really know what Markel gonna do. We think
Markel is always.
I mean, it's in his head because
he have a good year.
Yeah, I think he'll have a good year, but you'll need another scorer to come off the bench because who's really off the bench besides Markel?
I don't know anybody coming off the bench for them.
So, Wilson Chandler. So,
which is I didn't even know he still played basketball.
And Wilson Chandler could probably give you 8 to 10 points.
He's there for defensive purposes.
Yeah, another body, another long body.
Threes. That's it.
So, I'll say Jamal going to Philly, but knowing that he probably want the ring to, solidify his career. he'll probably end up going to Golden State. Me personally,
I don't think he gets signed until maybe after the season starts. To be honest with you.
I mean, he don't need to come in. He's already in shape. He's 40 years old, so like he's 20.
Year 15?
No, it's 7. No, it's
17, 18.
It's 18.
It's
Right.
like
Do
18,
you want to spend your final year of the NBA, potentially your final year of the NBA, in the snow? Or do you want to go spend it out somewhere in California?
And he's just in West Coast too, so yeah.
And being from Seattle, being a West Coast kid, it's a lot closer because the family. He still lives in Washington.
Yeah,
it's a lot closer ride than it is to Philly to come see him play every now and then.
It was down the road.
No, he did Portland. He did that was tragic when he went to Portland.
So I think he ends up in either
Portland.
LA or Oakland, and I don't know. I think he ends up in LA.
Briefly, gentlemen, a big fight this weekend taking place on Saturday. We got Triple G. Golovkin will be taking on Canelo. Will be a rematch of a fight we saw not too long ago. What are your gentlemen's thoughts on the fight? Who you got winning?
Odd. Give me Triple G.
Triple G.
Triple G.
Triple G.
I'm gonna go with Triple G.
Triple G across the board. So y'all think he got something to prove? Feeling that Canelo was cheating and
Yeah.
Triple G for Lou as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the fight was so close the first time.
They were.
Just give me Triple G.
I'm gonna go with Canelo just so I can be the Lone Ranger in the
You
room
forever-
one
you
time.
don't know
Would you quit playing radio?
I'm gonna just
say you just want to do
Right.
Listen,
I'm gonna go with Canelo. I like Canelo though. I do. I like Canelo. Triple G is cool to me. For some years though, I used to think he was overhyped. How he's put in the work, but I thought he was overhyped.
a lot of these boxers.
Just imagine Canelo without the roids.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see Saturday. Hopefully, we'll see him without the roids and be able to see what he's gonna do. I grew up an Oscar De La Hoya fan. I loved Oscar when I was coming up. Loved Oscar. So Canelo to me is the closest thing we have to Oscar right now, with Floyd sitting at home and not doing something. So that's the only reason, really, outside of you gentlemen all going with Triple G. Triple G's a hell of a fighter. I think he has a strong chin. But I think Canelo's going to catch him one too many times. I think he's going to put him on the ground for real.
You going to vote for Oscar De La Hoya in 2020?
Not at all. That's what I'm not doing. That's the one thing. I got a better chance of voting for Kanye before I vote for Oscar.
That might be the year. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit at home for this one.
I'll vote myself. I'll put my name in there.
Is that I'm gonna write Obama again?
Want to give a big shout out to the Seattle Storm. I know a lot of us been paying attention to the WNBA season that took place. I was hoping that the Atlanta Dream would somehow get it done once Angela Kershey went down. I kind of knew that. The dream was a little bit more limited, and then I did think it was funny though for the Mystics to come here, beat us Game 5,
They get swept,
and then go on and get swept. But I mean, you got to give it up to Stewie, Miss Brianna Stewart, one of the best players that the WNBA has already seen, and she's very, very young. This year, she took home not only the WNBA MVP award, but also the WNBA Finals MVP award. We see Sue Bird is continuing to fly high.
I hope this is.
How old is Sue Bird?
Sue Bird been playing since
I
I was.
feel like
she's
like 38, I believe.
She's
been playing since I was in elementary school.
LeBron, calm down.
And she's still putting in work. She's still giving out rep. Got to give a big shout out to Jewel Lloyd. Fellow Mamba mentality. She's a big Kobe fan, so I've been watching her since she did her thing at Notre Dame. They looked good though. They looked really good.
That was a whitewash.
It was. So Seattle's been looking for a basketball team. You have one. Be very happy. We would love to see the Supersonics rekindle and grow in Seattle again, but you got to give it up to Seattle Storm. Hell of a season, hell of a way to sweep those young ladies. And they're outside of Sue Bird, they're still a very young team. They're still a very young team, so they might be here and be a force to be reckoned with for the next years to come.
We're some money, man.
It's coming. It's coming. WNBA is continuing to grow, so it's coming. We'll see that in some time. We appreciate everybody tuning in. I want you gentlemen to all let people know where they can check you out via social media.
On Twitter at jben1980.
That was a lot, but at Chevelle Cruz, CHEVLLECRUZ.
Oh, fuck, you just gave up the alphabet.
You done? Next, LSU fan.
Catch me at all social media. CEO Triche. That is CEOTRICHE. Easy, not like theirs.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Leonard Fournette.
We also got to show some love to Bobby V. You can follow him at Bobby V on Twitter, then Bobby V Show on Instagram.
He actually knows sports. I was actually
Bobby knows sports. He knows sports.
I was pleasantly surprised.
He's talking that bullshit. I know love and sports.
Hang up on him
and talk sports. I'm Eldorado 2452. Also follow These Urban Times. Make sure you follow the station that puts it all together. Live Hip Hop Daily. We'll be back next week. Peace and blessings. Be safe out here.
Roll Tide.
Come on, man. Don't talk that.